Hello everybody, Average Gamer here, and welcome to another episode of Supreme Ruler Ultimate as Madagascar. So, in the last episode, we kind of cleaned things up from the war there with helping the Germans go after France, where the Germans also declared war on the Swiss. So you can see the Swiss and the Germans basically just drew a line right across France there. The Germans took pretty much all of northern France, plus Luxembourg and Belgium. Well, the Swiss took all of southern France. We took Corsica. We currently have troops on Corsica. We're in the process of waiting for our barracks to be built so we can throw a bunch of our units in reserve. One of our bigger worries right now is economically. We are kind of hurting a little bit. Right now, construction's costing us over $186 million. So we're kind of hurting right now as to what's going on. We're not building any agriculture. We're not building any U. We're not building U. What are we building here that's costing us so much money? Is it just the two barracks? Okay, there's the one uranium mine. Yeah. So there's uranium, or the nuclear power plant, sorry. Here. And there is you. You know what? I'm going to cancel you temporarily. I think that's it for Madagascar itself. There's a lot of repairs going on in the greater areas of Madagascar. We're doing a lot of repairs right now, so that's probably what's also causing us a little bit of hurt when it comes to money. Yeah, right there. We're already turning a profit now. So trade is kind of slowing things down a little bit. Our allies, the Germans, are really pushing into Russia now. And capture that nuclear power plant over there. Kursk. Interesting. A lot of Timberwolves as their infantry fighting vehicle, which we're going to have to remember. Leopard 2 A6s. Whoa! We have 7 different things here we're being offered. Consumer goods. Okay. Military facilities. Oh, perfect. Okay, we have that done. Oh, the Americans are giving us an offer. You want to sell us industrial goods? No. You want to sell us a lump sum of industrial goods? I will take that. You want to buy agriculture? Okay. Lump sum of industrial goods? Yes. Times 90? No. Times 7? No. You want to sell me 17,000 tons of industrial goods. That's you know what, that's good. I mean, we're already starting to kind of turn things around a little bit. We have our first. Was it you? No, it wasn't you. Okay, it was the one in Corsica. You all are being ordered to go to reserve. Right there. So this will help cut back some of our money a little bit here. Russia's declared war on Finland, which is no big deal. We're going to say no to both of those. The reason why we're not too worried is because the Germans are pushing up along the Finnish border, so yeah, pretty sure the Germans are going to win this war. How far actually have they pushed into... Yeah, so South Korea is also starting to push up into Russia as well. Pretty much once Russia's gone, we're going to have possibly some world peace going on here. China's been nixed, and Russia is being just obliterated by Germany. And we captured these 2 islands, that island up there. So, oh, and then we also have... this island here, which has nothing on it resource-wise from what I understand. It doesn't even have people. So I don't know what we're going to do with that island. But then we do have these islands here. That's... Chile has that. We have... Yeah, we have these islands here. Which I don't think really have anything. They got some agriculture on this one. No rubber. This one here. Wait, is this? No, Guadalcanal's up there. I'm trying to remember the name of this island. Get off the top of my head. We have timber. There's no oil. There's no coal. No metal. Oh, there's a lot of metal on this island. Some uranium. No, there's no uranium. This population. So this pretty much right here is the island that we want to kind of make. Like, we want to industrialize this island right here. Construction began of... Okay, a road. Okay, I thought that's a bridge for a second. This is the island we're pretty much going to be just... Basically just mining the living daylights out of it. There's the international date line. So overall, how much are we still doing yet? Construction's now going down. There we go. 152. Military's on 11 million, which is these guys over here. Once these guys are done and this barracks is done, we can at least then... How much longer till the barracks is done? 1 day. Perfect. Alright, you're all being highlighted, being told to go to reserve. Boom. We're at 186 now. Oh, well, at least we're getting lots of options here. Oh, that's right. I'm starting to build roads now. Son of a... So what can I do to keep my my costs up? You want to buy agriculture? Okay. You want to sell me industrial goods? No. You want to sell me a lot of industrial goods? Okay. How short are we on industrial goods? Yeah, we're using 4,000 a day for construction. Germany is probably going to need oil. Yeah. Let's sell them a lot. Wait, why am I doing that? There we go. I'm going to sell them. They're willing to give us 7.6. Basically, we're going to double the amount of money we have in our coffers. Basically, just to help kind of float us for a little bit. Oh, it's going to be a counter offer? Really? Is it because you don't have the money for it? Yeah, I'll sell it to you. I mean, it says you have 79 million. I mean, it is pretty expensive. So here we go. I'll offer 1 billion and ask for 2. A lot of their units are withdrawing from the front. No, they rejected that as well. Is there an ability to join the war with them? No. What if I did this instead? I'm going to offer you $2.4 billion in oil. What I want... Actually, no, I don't want advanced sub-designs. Let's go with coal classification. Stuff that I can use here. Go with that there. Pet scans. How much are you worth? You're worth... No. I want something that's about 6. We're gonna go all the way to the bottom here. You're 2. We'll take you. I'm looking at the cost. Something that's worth about 2,000, or just over. Radio frequency transponders, perfect. There we go. So we're offering them oil for technology, basically, at this point. Labor shortage, yeah, cool. They should theoretically ask for 100 million. Nope, looks like they agreed to it. Perfect. You want to buy more agriculture? Sure. Wow, the Russians have moved all the way to Novorossiysk. Where you moved your capital to, eh? Just watching the Germans slowly go east, further and further and further. And have the Turks going further and further north. I want to know what's going to happen here if the Germans are going to cut the Turks off or vice versa. The Germans are heading more south and north, or more east and north. And Koreans are moving not a bit, actually. Let's see what you guys are willing to do. Would you like some petroleum? Not much, just a little bit. Cool. We're short on consumer goods, I know. What's this chick's name? I have no idea how to pronounce that. Consumer goods, eh? Well, we're starting to make money again, which is good. Our construction costs are way down now, which is good. We're making 9 million. Wait, did we finish our nuclear reactor? No, we still haven't finished our nuclear reactor yet. You want to sell me a missile system. 30 conventional missiles. I have nothing to use them on, so no thank you. So German cargo aircraft. I will agree to that. Oh, these guys are really, really just... like, they are just rolling over the Russians here. I mean, that kind of makes me nervous as to how easily the Germans have been able to push. But, I mean, that makes sense because the Russians are fighting the Turks and the Koreans. You want to sell me times 30? No. Oh, for people who were asking why I disagree with those times 30, like these ones, times 90. I'm not getting my money's worth. As you can see, the amount we're being offered is only worth 40 million. And they're actually asking for 55 million. But they're asking it in small increments. So they're asking for almost $15 million extra, which early on is a lot of money. So usually what I'll do is I'll do a counter and say, how about we do a lump sum instead of industrial goods? Say that much. And I'll just give you 70 million up front. So yeah, I'm overpaying by more, but I'm also getting more. So that is my counter offer. A lump sum of basically I'm paying $1 million a ton. Nope. And they said no. What is Syria offering me? Nope, no industrial goods. Yeah, so I don't like these 30 times 30 things. Also, there's a chance of me either going in default with these times 7. If I'm selling something to someone and they want to do it times 7, times 8, times 9, I have no problem with that because I make more money that way. If someone wants to do it the other way around, then 2 reasons why I do it. Number 1, there's a chance of me defaulting. If you default on any of these things, it can put you in a really, really hard spot, a really, really bad spot. If you're owed a lot, if you owe a lot of money to people. The only way to negate the debt is basically to break off all diplomatic ties with them, and that hinders your like the way the entire world looks at you, because you're basically turning around saying you don't exist to us, we don't owe you money. It's always a bad thing to do, is break off all ties. Which reminds me, how does the world feel about me right now? The world's kind of neutral, I'd say. The US really doesn't like us. Canada hates us. Probably because of the war we went with, because we joined with the Germans and we're supporting the Germans. I mean, I'm not too worried. Probably some of our policies, I'll say, probably are not well liked. If I could, I wouldn't mind getting involved here somewhere. And as our next phase of possible expansion, if we need oil, for example. But then again, we now have a foothold in South America, and we now have a foothold in Europe as well. Theoretically, we could stab Germany in the back. And attack them, for example, but we wouldn't have the logistics for it. Plus, I really don't feel like going to wars right now. Everyone else is currently fighting and doing all that stuff. And I'm really not in the mood. Nor do we really have the funds for it. Now, mind you, our GDP is now 1,700. It's probably going to go down a lot because our inflation's at 19.4%. We're going to up our taxes, actually. We're going to try and slow the roll a little bit of our social spending. Actually, if I increase social spending by a couple million, I want it almost kind of close to what we're making in our trades, just so I know I'm making money. Up that. Then we're making money with all those, which is good. There's our income. There's our expenditure. So the Treasury is making us 20 million more. The state itself is costing us 10 million. Why are we spending 9 million? Oh, we're spending 9 million on you. Yeah, we're gonna stop that. That's a lot of money. Now we're breaking all ties off with Russia at the same time. We don't have the resources necessary. Interesting. Like, we don't have the agriculture? We don't, because we're having power issues. That's why. I will sell you the 30. We've broken off all ties with Russia. Consumer goods. So, yeah, we're going to stop here. We're not going to trade in agriculture here for the next little bit. Something's... yeah, no and no. Suddenly our power just spiked. You're going to be done in a day anyways. Let's pause here for a second. 60, no and no. Okay, we're just going to exit it. No. Germany has signed a ceasefire with St. Pierre and Marguerite, which was the island right here. You don't understand why the island technically was never part of Canada. Oh well. So there we go. So we now have the power that we need. There we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to sit back and think, okay, so we're at 280 and we need 11,000. Right now, I need rubber. Oh, yeah, so we don't really have the supplies for these things right now. Power is a primary concern. So we're actually going to build 2 more nuclear reactors now. Build them a little further south. Actually, if I built 180 days and it's 2.6. If I built 3 here. It'll cost us a lot of money, but we're also going to increase our power a lot. I'll take the lump sum. And I'll just exit out all those. Exit all those, and that's where we're going to end this episode with building of 3 nuclear power plants. 3 more nuclear power plants. Power is our primary concern. Once we have power, that should bring us up to 2025. Theoretically, if 146 is being used, we'll end up at 292. So we'll be using up almost half of our uranium, which isn't too bad. In 180 days, we'll have more power than we need. We'll build 1 consumer goods factory. We'll then build probably 1 industrial goods factory, like a solid actual factory, and try to get things kind of going a little bit. Because once we get those factories in place and we get our other stuff in place, then it's just a matter of kind of growing from there. Going power. Once power is in place, going for resources, get the resources built up, then build the factories that actually produce whatever it is we're going to try to produce. But in the meantime, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.